Officials for tonight, our center official is Jordan Hausman. Side officials are Greg Spillman and Connor Culler.
We say hello and good evening from Zizzer Stadium as we get ready for our first, I think this is our first high school soccer broadcast here on Ozark Radio Network and Ozark Marketing Company, and we're happy to bring it to you thanks to our sponsors here on the live stream, and it's brought to you by Physical Therapy Specialist Clinic along with Wonderland Preschool and Daycare, Shelter Insurance, Agent Dave Thomas, Feller Construction, and El Charro Mexican Restaurant. It'll be the Greenwood Blue Jays going up against the West Plains Zizzers in game number 3 on the season for West Plains, and they are, for the season, a record of 1-1. Greenwood playing their first contest of the year. And the coin toss won by West Plains. They kick off, but give the ball up to Greenwood. The ball loose at midfield. This game played on the turf here at Zizzer Stadium, so it's from where the goalposts are and the goal is here at each end of the field. You're looking at a 120-yard field. A foul at the Greenwood defensive end, and they get control, and they'll take control here. And a long kick down the left sideline. That'll go far to the far corner. Trey Cressman is our ace cameraman here as the ball goes out of bounds. In the far corner, it is senior night for West Plains. And we'll tell you who the participants are. We'll pick up West Plains. We have looks like a corner kick for Greenwood here, and this just a minute into the game, into the match. Greenwood's in the white with blue shorts. West Plains in the red with black bottoms. Ball will go to the far side of the field, chased down, kept in bounds. And it's kicked out by Greenwood, so it'll go to West Plains on a throw-in. We'll go over the West Plains lineup when we get a chance here as the Zizzers take the ball away, 40 yards upfield, and they're in. Greenwood and in general, the Springfield schools usually field very representative teams. And most of the teams in Springfield are in the Ozark Conference. Greenwood is not. As we go back to play, and the ball goes to the far end, fought for over in the corner. Ball is out, last touch by Greenwood. It'll be West Plains, I think, with a throw-in on the far sideline. Temperature 75, humidity 8,000%. West Plains will retain control of the ball. They'll center it in the penalty area back out to the point. And it looks like West Plains may have been offside on that particular play, so that will send it back over to Greenwood. West Plains starting with Josh Gill. He is one of the 5 seniors, along with Hunter McCullough, a junior, Landon Casey, a junior. Greenwood tries to get the ball clear and can't. West Plains working the ball in the middle, and now Greenwood's defense collapses in the middle, and they'll come the other way. Great long ball up the middle is kicked out of bounds. A good defensive play there as Will Jones, who is the keeper for West Plains was going to come up and play that. Now the ball is kicked out of bounds, and so it'll be West Plains with the free kick. And that ball will sail downfield, 55 yards from the West Plains goal, and Greenwood will control. Keeper on Guerra's Geyer. I hope that's somewhere close. Another of the starters for West Plains. He's one of the seniors. Dagan Green, a senior. Mentioned Will Jones. He is the keeper, a junior. Nate Thomas, a senior. Ethan Keller, a junior. Also, San Pietro Burgo is a senior forward. Brayton Wall, a junior, and Cole Shipley, a sophomore. So those are, that is the West Plains lineup, and it'll be West Plains ball at midfield. We played about 5 minutes of the first half. Neither team with a good scoring chance just yet. Greenwood will clear the ball from their defensive end to the far sideline. West Plains will let it go, and they'll have a throw in about 45 yards out. Long pass to the middle, headed back outside. Now West Plains will center the ball, plays onside, and a kick is going to go through the upright, but not into the goal, so it goes out, and it'll be goal kick for the Greenwood Blue Jays. Greenwood, in classification size-wise, they're a small school. They're on the, in fact, they're located on the Missouri State campus. Here is the kick. West Plains will hit it back. Greenwood will return the favor. Griffin Litherland is the goalie for the Greenwood team. West Plains will control the ball on the near sideline. Now the ball will go to the far corner, and Greenwood will just let that ball go out of bounds. Last touch by West Plains. So Griffin Litherland will get a chance to kick the ball. He is a sophomore goalie. There's hardly any breeze here tonight. It is a muggy night. The players were warming up by the time we got ready to play. Everybody was just soaking wet. Ball played up the far right sideline from right to left as West Plains moves that way. They'll center the ball, and the ball is misplayed. And now on the near sideline, West Plains will get control. Play it to the middle, ball tipped away. West Plains will take a shot, and ball is out of bounds. Good defensive play there on the far side. And that should be West Plains' ball on the throw-in. And one thing about West Plains, especially with these jerseys being wet, they have black numbers on red jerseys. They are very hard to see. On the other hand, Greenwood, very easy, white with blue numerals. They'll play it up the left sideline here with Noah Smothers, a senior midfielder. West Plains gets back on defense, and they'll stop the attack there. They'll feed it back to midfield, and now Greenwood will get control again. Loose ball middle of the field. And now the defenders converge. Good tackle attempt to stop the dribble, and now here's a shot. It'll be deflected, go out of bounds behind. No, it'll be saved by Will Jones. He got there and got possession of the ball before it went out of bounds. So he'll have a free kick. And the ball will go out of bounds here on the near sideline. West Plains had a near opportunity a little while ago, but didn't quite pan out. They'll have a chance here to play the ball inbounds. Landon Casey, a junior, will throw the ball in for West Plains. I asked Coach Chris Shull, who's the head coach at Greenwood, I said, what kind of team you have? He said, I have no idea. He said, we could be pretty good, but you never know. West Plains in the not quite the penalty box area. Ball is kicked back. That'll go back and it's safe from going out of bounds. Well, no, it actually did. So West Plains will have to throw it in. Up the right side, that's deflected. And it'll go out. And Greenwood will have possession here. 30 minutes left in the 40-minute half. West Plains will have 1-1 record so far this year. Players collide at midfield. Everyone seems all right. And now the ball is played up the left side by West Plains, and they get control. They feed the ball back. And it'll be played by Mina Gurgis. Here's a shot, and the ball is saved. Nice play. That's the first real good attempt we've had tonight. Griffin Litherland up to the challenge that time. West Plains with a good opportunity. First real good one. Now the ball at midfield, and Greenwood will control. They'll play it to the middle, and West Plains will play it right back toward midfield at least. Zizzers will let the ball go out of bounds on the far side. Up the right side, and West Plains will try and get back and get another shot at this thing. They had a pretty good scoring opportunity a moment ago, but here's the next one, and a ball skips across the turf and is picked up by the goaltender Griffin Litherland, and he'll kick the ball away. Ball is played by West Plains at midfield. Middle of the field, West Plains control. Ball is played across by Nate Thomas. And the ball is fought for, now kicked out of bounds by Greenwood. And that'll be a throw-in on the near side of the field. West Plains has had the ball for the most part. Their offensive end. Long two-hand overhead centering pass is caught in midair, and the goalkeeper will bring it out. It's pretty cool when you see goalies kick the ball 50, 60 yards, but really that doesn't do you a lot of good if you don't have the coverage down the field. You're just out kicking your coverage, kind of like a punt in football. You know, you have a hard time retaining it. So accuracy is important as anything else. As ball goes out of bounds on the near sideline, and Greenwood will quickly throw the ball in. Ball goes out of bounds. That goes behind the end line, so it'll be a corner kick. This game brought to you in part by El Charro Authentic Mexican Restaurant. Located, well, two places. In West Plains on Porter Wagner, the old location, and the newer one just up, and the shopping center there off Preacher Road Boulevard. Inbound play is going to go out of bounds on the far side. It'll stay Greenwood ball. They'll play it in on the far sideline. They'll center. Now West Plains needs to get it out. Can't just yet. Here's a shot, and good two-handed stop by Will Jones. That ball will go out of bounds, and that's probably the best chance we've seen Greenwood have so far in the first half. Will Jones was ready on a sharp shot coming from his right, and he got the gloves up and deflected it off to the right and out of bounds. This game's also brought to you by Dave Thomas, your shelter insurance agent in West Plains on West Main Street. Here's the inbound, and in the near quarter, a centering kick is going to go wide and off the mark. And West Plains will retreat down the field. See how far Will puts this one in the air. And he'll come down about 50 yards down the field. West Plains will control. And control is a big part of the game for sure. West Plains loses control though as the ball goes out of bounds on the near sideline. Chasing it down, we're trying to chase it down, Sam Pietroburgo, who is a senior for West Plains, and now it goes out and West Plains will have the ball back. On the near sideline, West Plains gets control. Nice centering pass. And a heel kick, a heel pass. That ball will go out of bounds across the end line. And the linesman will make the call and say there was a little excessive contact there. And so that gives it right back to Greenwood. 15 minutes in, we'll make that 14 minutes into the contest. Here's the kick. Good long pass up the right side for Greenwood. And now they'll wait and get a little support. Brett Jones with a centering pass, and that ball will be deflected back out. Good play by Thomas for the Zizzers. Nate Thomas with a good play. Now back to the other end. West Plains will come down, and Greenwood does a good job getting back. Here's the ball to the far side or near sideline. It's just a little bit out of reach. That time for West Plains to control. Sam Pietroburgo had a crack at it, but it was just a little too far. Now on the back line, back upfield. And a misplay defensively, and here come Greenwood. They'll get around the defense. They get inside the square. Ball is fielded, is centered, and is kicked back out. Now Greenwood will try and keep it alive, but a good job by West Plains to send it back out toward midfield. Looked like Pietroburgo made a good play keeping that ball in, but it's called out of bounds. Greenwood will play it on the near side. Dominic Polly, senior defender, will throw the ball in, it looks like. Here's the inbound play, and Greenwood will control. Seen Greenwood get the ball up the field with some long passes here so far. Long pass up the right side that time by Thomas, but Nate's pass a little long, and it goes out. Last touch though by Greenwood, so West Plains will throw it in. The inbound two-hand overhead pass to the middle, deflected. Thomas with a side bicycle kick. Boy, that didn't miss by much. Just wide of the far right post. That'd have been a fairly spectacular goal right there had it gone, but it was just a little bit off the mark. As it turns out, the goalkeeper did get, or somebody got a hand or foot on it, so it stays with West Plains. Ball is kicked back, and that goes out, and this time it will be off West Plains, and Greenwood will get possession with the free kick as we're approaching halfway through the first half. Borderland Preschool and Daycare, one of our sponsors to bring this live video stream of Zizzer Soccer against Greenwood here today, along with Physical Therapy Specialist Clinic. We also thank Feller Construction. for being on board with this. The first of 4 matches that will be essentially telecasted. Whistle, and it'll be West Plains on the possession. And Nate Thomas will do the honor. He gets the go-ahead, and the kick goes to the far right corner. And nobody can get there quite in time. Both teams have tried to stretch the field and utilize longer passes to limited success both ways. Throw-in goes out, but it'll stay with Greenwood at their end. Both teams have had 1 quality, well, make that 2 quality chances for West Plains, and 1 for the Blue Jays. Nice ball to the middle of the field. West Plains will control. On the near sideline, Mia Gurgis. Now the ball will be played back. And now West Plains will get control of it once again with Cole Shipley. On the far side, centering pass is deflected back. Greenwood with it. Now West Plains will play the ball back before it's sent back toward their goal. Nice header at midfield by Noah Smothers, senior midfielder. West Plains back. Nate Thomas, really good move. And his kick is just a little high and goes over the goal and goes out of bounds. Nate had kind of an idea, but didn't really have a clear opening for the shot. And if you're watching the first 20 plus minutes of this first half, you'd have to say, just from what's happened so far, that pretty even game. It'll be West Plains with a throw-in on the far sideline. Let's see if they move it to the middle of the field or try to get it down the field here. On the throw-in, they'll throw it downfield to the middle toward the penalty box. It'll be kicked back out, and now the Zizzers will get after it. And now a little miscommunication. West Plains will have to play the ball out of bounds at midfield and give their defenders a chance to come back and get in position again. At midfield, Nate Thomas has it. Another good move on his part. Ball is going to be deflected toward the right corner, right sideline. And it'll be out of bounds. It should be West Plains with the throw-in on the far side. This is our first live video stream of Zizzer Soccer. The next one won't be until October the 10th when Hillcrest will be here. Here's the ball centered. Boy, that was nearly a great opportunity. West Plains with a shot. That ball will go wide left of the goal and go out of bounds. It'll go back over to Springfield Greenwood. Speaking of Hillcrest, the Zizzer football team will play Hillcrest on Friday night here in the home opener. Kick it from the turf. Ball will be deflected toward midfield. Nate Thomas gets control of it. Takes it to the middle of the field. Gets a great move as he gets around the defender. It's a 4-on-3 and his shot will go wide and out of bounds. That was an ankle breaker. He put on one of the defenders for Greenwood. And West Plains had some numbers, but couldn't convert it into a goal. Coach Shull coaching from the near sideline for Greenwood. Coach Frazier on the other side for West Plains. Ball deflected on the free kick. Greenwood controls. Long kick up the right sideline. Goes out, and it'll be West Plains on the throw-in, up the sideline again. Defense will tip that ball out of bounds. And the Zizzers will play it back in, and now it's tipped out of bounds once again. Landon Casey couldn't control that long pass up the right sideline. Now a long two-hand pass up the right side. West Plains will chase it down with Ethan Keller, but it's controlled by Greenwood. Loose ball, curving shot is controlled off the kick by Brett Jones by Will Jones for West Plains. A booming kick by Will. Long kick. Gets behind the defenders. Ball is headed West Plains with 2-on-3. At the point this ball is kicked and now deflected out of bounds by the Zizzers, as they thought they might have something there for a second. West Plains briefly had the numbers, but Greenwood got back on defense well. So no score, 14:42 left and counting here in the first half from Zizzer Stadium. Well, coach was calling for something out wide, and the kick went that way, but it went out of bounds. So it'll be West Plains on the throw-in. Coming in for West Plains is Quinn Curtis, junior midfielder, along with Braden Wall, a junior. And we're ready to go back to it. Nate Thomas lost control of the ball, he was out of bounds, and he tried to save it in. Handball will be the call against West Plains. Carmi Lopez, a freshman, got a hand on it. El Charro Authentic Mexican Restaurant open every day for dine-in, carry-out, or you can call ahead for curbside pickup. 2 spots, as I said, in West Plains, and you can follow them on Facebook. Up the right sideline, West Plains gets a little bit of an opening. They'll take it up the right side now with a 2-on-3. Centered, and the ball was miskicked. Misplayed, and it goes back outside to the middle of the field, and now the Blue Jays have a chance to get a rush going, and they do. They have a 2-on-2, and we'll have a foul call that's outside the penalty box, and so Greenwood will get a free kick, and Will Jones has got to be ready now. 20 yards from the goal line, with 12:22 left in the first half. This is a real chance for Greenwood. Will's ready, and here comes the approach, and a high kick goes way out of bounds. Got it over the wall, but he got it over the goal and over the goal post and everything. So West Plains will have the free kick with 12 minutes to go in the half. Header missed by Greenwood, and now to the middle of the field. And West Plains will get control. 3-on-3, feed it to the middle to Nate Thomas. Can he get by in his shot? Goes out of bounds. There was contact, but no foul once the ball deflected out, and if it was, then that means West Plains will retain control. This game brought to you by Wonderland Preschool and Daycare. They're located off Main Street in West Plains. Call to learn more about enrolling your child. Their phone number is 256-9682. Ball played in bounds, and it'll be a foul. That's got to be a foul on Greenwood, just going up the back of the West Plains offensive player. So it'll be throw-in time, still 10:52 to go in the half. And the ball was played, but the officials weren't ready because one of the Greenwood players wasn't quite ready. So we'll have to chase it down. So that ball went out of bounds, and it's ready to go again. Here's the kick toward the goal, and it's played immediately by Greenwood as they control Griffin Litherland with another save. And now West Plains will get it back. A nice move in the middle of the field by Landon Casey. He has it out pass to the middle. It is blocked away. Greenwood will come back. Casey will keep the ball alive as it's deflected. Now Nate Thomas, he gets bumped to the ground. Took a while, but the official blew his whistle to call the play down. Beller Construction, no job too big or too small. Call for a free estimate at 257-7275. New home builds, remodels, or maybe you need a storm shelter. Always a good idea. Motto is on time, on budget. Here's a shot, and it's a score, and a great start for West Plains. They get the lead. Nate Thomas, straight on shot, went to the left of Griffin Litherland, and he couldn't get to it. Nate's had some pretty good cracks at it so far today, but that one kept the shot down, low to the ground, and to the left of the keeper. So West Plains gets on the board at 9:12 of the first half, and they take a 1-0 lead. Back the other direction, here come Greenwood, trying to answer that. Up the right side, that ball goes out of bounds. 9:12 the time as Nate Thomas on the free kick, probably about 25 yards. And that one wormed its way between the defenders and to the left of the goalkeeper. So West Plains takes the 1-0 lead. Foul on the far side, and West Plains will have the ball with a chance to maybe get something else put together here. Here's a ball centered, tip back out, and West Plains will control, but Greenwood gets it back midfield. Dave Thomas, Shelter Insurance Agent, one of our sponsors, and the bottom line is if it can be insured, Dave will insure it. Greenwood on the rush the other way. Dribbling midfield. Here's a shot, goes way off the mark. That was about 35 yards away, and Will Jones didn't have to play that one. I see umbrellas starting to pop up. So Will kick the ball away. 7:20 to go in the first half. Nice job moving the ball up the right sideline by Greenwood. Casey will get it for West Plains as the Jays lose possession. And pretty much play is in the midfield area right now. Nate Thomas gets the ball in the middle though. He comes straight down the middle, feeds it up ahead. The play was onside, but the goalie, Griffin Litherland, will get to it first, and he'll throw it up the right sideline. West Plains ahead, 1-0. Up the right side now, you go out of bounds. Looks like they're going to give it to Greenwood. And they'll throw it in on the near sideline in the corner. Here's the ball played in, headed in the air into the penalty zone. And out toward the right sideline of West Plains will get control. Nate Thomas, who's a really strong player on the ball, makes a man miss again. He has it at midfield. He's dribbling up the left sideline. And the ball is kicked out of bounds. And from the reaction, it's going to be off West Plains, so it'll be Greenwood playing it in. A little over 5 minutes to go in the half. Greenwood's had one pretty good scoring chance. West Plains, I've counted now at least 3, maybe 4. On the near side, Landon Casey will throw the ball in for West Plains, going right to left in the red. They'll let that ball go across field, and West Plains will get control. Ball kicked out of bounds by the Jays. Greenwood has spent much of the first half at their defensive end of the field. Aside from one pretty good chance plus a free kick just outside of the penalty area, Will Jones hasn't had too tough a day. Greenwood on the run, up the middle. Boy, almost a good pass behind the defense, but played away, and the Zizzers foil that, and they'll make Greenwood throw the ball in from the near sideline in the corner. Army Lopez made a good defensive play just a moment ago. As that ball, they tried to slip it by him, but it didn't quite make it. The freshman made a good play. We're at 3:10 to go in the first half. So it's going to be a free kick for West Plains. Up the near side and misplayed and out of bounds. San Pietro Burgo, the senior, tried to control that. Now Greenwood will throw it in. Now go out of bounds. It'll go back to Greenwood now. Long two-hand pass down the right sideline, stayed on side. West Plains, and so the Zizzer defense will have to be alert here. 2 minutes and 6 seconds to go in the first half. Watch the far side for Greenwood to see if they try to center the ball to the far post. And playing it for the Greenwood Blue Jays is Zach Bailey, a junior midfielder. A little punch to the middle, headed out, and West Plains clears it, and they'll get control. Nice ball up the right sideline. And the ball kicked out of bounds. It will go back over to Greenwood, minute 24 and counting. Not being familiar with it, I would assume we may have a little extra time here at the end of the first half. Nate Thomas had a brief break and he's back in the game. Greenwood will sub in Gregory McQuarrie. He is a senior midfielder. Long kick to the middle of the field, and that goes directly to the keeper for the Blue Jays. Litherland will kick it away. Inside 40 seconds. And if you're West Plains, you're pretty happy to take a 1-0 lead here at the half. Keep the ball down here at the Greenwood end as it rolls up the right side and goes out. Inbound, two-hand pass is intercepted by West Plains. They'll play it back. And now the Zizzers had it, lost it. Pass long up the field to Hugh McWay, middle fielder. Ball gets by the defense down the left corner. And they are not going to play any extra time here at the end of the half. Whistle blows. And so we played 40 minutes of soccer here at West Plains High School, and to this point, the only goal scored by the Zizzers, Nate Thomas, and the score 1-0 in favor of West Plains.
We're going to be recognizing seniors and their contributions they have made over their 4 years as part of our Zizzer soccer team. Up first, we have senior Dagan Green. Dagan Green is number 8, and he plays forward for the West Plains Zizzers. Dagan's parents are Chris and Amy Green. Dagan has been playing soccer since he was 4, but he's been playing 4 years of varsity soccer.
Just tell me when.
Other sports, hobbies, and activities include concert choir, Zizzer tennis, and Zizzer basketball. Dagan's future plans are to attend MSU West Plains for 2 years with A+, and then attend school for athletic training at Mizzou. Dagan's favorite soccer memory is his freshman year when his brother was a senior. They were playing against Dixon. He scored a varsity goal before him, and then they spent the rest of the game trying to...
We are at Zizzer Stadium, and it is the home opener for West Plains. They're 1-1 coming in, but they're on their way, if they can finish this thing off in the second half, to go 2-1, and they lead it by a score of 1-0. The only goal in the game happened with 9 minutes and 12 seconds to go in the first half. Nate Thomas with a terrific free kick. It's top of the circle, just ahead of the, or top of the penalty box. Beat the goaltender, Griffin Litherland, to his left. And that's all we've had so far. West Plains has had some opportunities to add to that. Actually, prior to that, they had some opportunities. And Nate's had a couple of pretty good chances, including the one where he scored just a moment ago. This is the first, as far as I know, and I would imagine if anyone would know, it would be Jim Lambert, because he takes care of all the video stuff.
It's a fun night tonight. You know, a lot of the fall sports right now are celebrating their seniors in one of their first games, or at least their first home game of the season. So right now, here in the halftime period, they are celebrating the senior members here on the team. One of our sponsors is out there right now, Dave Thomas.
There he is.
Blue shirt. So he's out there right now. A lot of great sponsors helping us out. Congratulations to the seniors.
Right. Yeah, I was sitting at a stoplight yesterday at the corner of Southern Hills and Preacher Row and looked up to my right. Dave, and bigger than life up there on that billboard.
Oh, yeah.
He looked like one of those characters in a 50s B-movie, The Attack of the Shelter Agent.
He sits there and just stares at me whenever I go to, whenever I eat over in that neck of the woods. He's just like, oh, there's Dave.
Yep, there's Dave. We've got several sponsors, though, and we appreciate all of them for helping us do the broadcast tonight. And they are the reasons we're able to kind of expand and do a little bit more. I know that, you know, the things that we have done as far as video streams, and we've done a lot of different stuff. And we get a lot of good feedback. When we did the football game the other night, we had
8,500 views.
It's crazy.
And that's views. That doesn't tell us actual people.
Right.
Because, you know, you and your buddies might be watching at home. There might be 5 of you watching the same feed.
Sure.
So we just know it's a lot.
And we have people from all kinds. I don't know after the fact, but during the game. So many states. We had crazy. All the way out to California and Texas, up many other places. And so we had a lot of people. I'm curious as to how many were able to stick it out and make it through the entire game.
You know, who would have ever thought, you know, we'd come to the point where there would be a limited amount of people coming to Zizzer Stadium? You know, I never foresaw something like this happening. You didn't. And now, you know, we're getting ready for coming up on Friday night, another a home football game where it's going to be a limited audience, you know, based on those passes. But folks will still be able to watch the game. Still be able to kind of experience that game.
It was funny the other night at Glendale. They had the section of bleachers on our side sectioned off into 4 different sections. And all the Glendale people were generally sitting over in one end. You know, they weren't spaced out really very well at all. And we had a lot of people at the ball game, as you always do, following West Plains. Had a really good West Plains crowd there the other night. But when you include and count the people who were actually there, the people, and we're not even counting the people that were just listening on the radio, and then the video stream, quite a crowd of people were checking it out the other night from Springfield.
Oh, yeah, it was a fantastic audience. They were very interactive on the feed for the most part. I would say 99% of the people were positive on the feed. Those who weren't were removed because, well, I can.
Right.
But, no, it was a really great audience we had. People were really involved in it. I don't know what time you eventually got home. I followed the school bus home. They caught up to me and passed me. but I'm a slow driver.
I was driving home explaining to my wife why I was so late. PTSC, Physical Therapy Specialist Clinic, is one of our sponsors. They've cared for spine and sports patients for over 30 years throughout southern Missouri. Ask your provider about Physical Therapy Specialist Clinic, locations in West Plains and Mountain Grove, and you visit the website at ptsc.com for more information. PTSC, one of our sponsors, and they've been a part of a lot of the stuff that we've done sports-wise over the years.
Yeah, just so many great area businesses and local supporters making it possible for us to cover, the Zizzers in any way, whether it's football or whether it's soccer. We couldn't do it without them. So we're very appreciative of that. On Friday, you get to go check out that brand new press box.
That'll be kind of a unique deal, but we don't have to be side by side to do the football broadcast. I was really impressed how you had a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I like my little booth over here. This is my little home away from home.
Yeah, you're almost quarantined over here.
For the most part, it works.
Sort of.
So, but that brand new booth, very, very nice. We're looking forward to starting those broadcasts up Friday night.
I haven't even got in there yet. Have you?
Have you not? Yeah, well, we had to get in there to install everything.
I see. Oh yeah, I see the antenna up there. I hadn't even thought about
Old
that.
Faithful.
Yeah, and that thing, our Marty antenna, which is just basically a remote transmitter that shoots the signal back to the station, a couple miles from here maybe?
Not even that.
Not even that.
It's crystal clear.
Yeah, it's just like being in the same room. On Friday night when you're listening to football games, and we've got football games, there's football games all up and down the dial. But on home games for KDY, listen to the signal and how clear it is compared to the others who are generally using cell phones. And that's all right. I mean, sometimes that's all you got. But if you have the ability to use a Marty transmitter like we do, I mean, you couldn't have a better signal. Last year, in previous few years, I'd be at home on Friday night listening to Travis and Reed, and it sounded like they were sitting over there on the couch.
They might have been.
They may have been, knowing them. But no, it's just fantastic, and so appreciate the time it took you and Tom and Jim White to put that all together. Who did the most work?
The guy who signs our checks.
Okay. He's been around for a while. We're just about ready to start the second half.
So what'd you notice in the first half? We've got a score, which is always a plus.
Yes, 1-0, and Trey Cressman, who's running the camera for us, might attest to this a lot of times.
The guy who's got the most soccer experience in the booth right now is not on the mic.
Yeah, he's not about talking
that life.
much.
So,
but a one goal lead a lot of the time can be sufficient, and we'll see if it is here. We thought it looked like we were going to get some rain started here, but it started and then stopped, and now, like the soccer game itself, it starts again, and it'll be Greenwood on offense, and the ball goes to the far sideline, dribble down the side, and out of bounds. Last touch by West Plains, so the teams flip ends. Will Jones down here to the goal to our left. And I'm assuming we could call that the south goal. Ball out of bounds. West Plains will play. Midfield, Nate Thomas with a long pass up the right sideline. It's chested down by Greenwood. Last touch by West Plains. And it'll be Greenwood. Ball went out beyond the end line, so they'll have a free kick. Litherland is the keeper. We haven't seen him really get hold of one yet. Will Jones has. Here's a kick, and it is going to be headed to midfield. And here come Greenwood with it with Hugh McWay. He goes 1-on-4, but his attempt is frustrated as it's kicked out of bounds here on the near sideline. Ball chested down up the right sideline. That pass is a little bit long, and Greenwood will control. Ball was out of bounds, evidently, as Greenwood tried to control. Landon Casey with it for West Plains. Greenwood will take it away. Zach Bailey on the far sideline. Nate Thomas on the far side, kept the ball alive, beats the defender, chips it ahead. West Plains may have something working here. Nate has it at midfield. Ball taken away, and it'll be Greenwood with it. Playing the ball back, now upfield, midfield, and Greenwood will control. Ball misplayed. West Plains had it. Now they get it back. Neither team really controlling the ball much at all here so far in the first 3 minutes of the second half. West Plains, this is their third game, and they didn't seem to drag much toward the end of the first half. And Greenwood seemed to fare pretty well on a very, very muggy night. West Plains will kick that ball out of danger and make the Blue Jays throw it in again. Ball in the middle, and now again West Plains with a good defensive play. Greenwood will play it to the goal, and the keeper, Will Jones, has it. As the Jays kick it out, they have a chance to get back on defense now. That was a really good play by Noah Smothers, trapping that ball with his foot on the ground. A high ball. Here's a shot wide. Ooh, that wasn't off by too much. As West Plains had it down the right sideline into the corner. And I wasn't positive which player. Gares higher, possibly, with the shot attempt that time. Now West Plains controls. Greenwood with 3 men back. Nice heel pass. Ball will go out of bounds, and West Plains will fill the ball in. Landon Casey will throw it in to the middle of the field. Kicked back out again and out of bounds. 5 minutes, 20 seconds have played so far here in the second half. Score is 1-0. Now West Plains threatens. Crossing play is going to be controlled by the Zizzers. Ball in the middle of the field. And Greenwood will come away with it. And here they come with a rush up the field. Nice defensive play at midfield. Takes the ball away. Greenwood tries to get it back, and we'll have a foul call on West Plains. And so it'll be Greenwood. Free kick. Or on the turf. That would read the 43-yard line, but you're 53 yards away. Here's the kick. Long kick. Played back out of the penalty box. And now West Plains dribbles up the middle. Nate Thomas. Nice pass across to Casey. And that ball is taken away. Here's Nate. Gets by the defender, and now the keeper, Litherland, will come out, slide over, and get the ball. At midfield, Hugh McQuay for Greenwood. He fields it across. Nice pass across. Shot is fumbled and kicked into the net, and this game is tied at 1. Will Jones had to dive back to his left, and the goal goes to Brett Jones from Greenwood. The senior midfielder picks it up, and that happens with 32:59 to go in the second half. So Greenwood has been looking for an opportunity, and they got one right there. Will just couldn't quite get a handle as he went down to the turf. Squirted away, and Brett Jones was on the spot. So Greenwood has tied the game at 1 with just under 33 minutes to go in the second half. And we finally get a breeze coming in the press box. That's some of the best news we've had. Nate Thomas will play it up middle of the field. Greenwood will play it downfield. And the Zizzers will try and control here. Ball will be out of bounds. It'll be Greenwood ball. Ball out of bounds on the far sideline. It'll be West Plains ball. Trey, is it fair to say that most of the Springfield schools are usually pretty good? Which one's usually the best? Glendale or Kickapoo. That doesn't surprise me. Yeah. Glendale and Kickapoo in the Ozark Conference. Here's a shot. Oh, what a goal from the left side. That was a tough angle shot. I've been watching him the entire time, and I'll get his number here in a second. But that was a heck of a shot, and West Plains retakes the lead with 31-33 here. That was fairly close to the Greenwood tying goal there. That was a shot from the left side and a fairly severe angle. Now on the defense, West Plains at their defensive end. Ball out of bounds. But last touch by, it's going to be off West Plains. These black numbers on these red jerseys are not very easy to see. And I'm trying very hard not to knock our scoreboard camera out of the press box. Zizzers will play it toward midfield. Challenge for the ball and a little handsy there. That'll be a foul against Greenwood. So 2-1 score with 30 minutes, 11 seconds and counting. West Plains with control, and a shot is bobbled by the keeper, but no one around to pick it up for West Plains. Now here come Greenwood on the run. And so that'll be a free kick a little bit further out than the place where Nate Thomas scored his goal. I think Mina Gurgis was the player who scored that last goal for West Plains, if I'm reading his number right. So it's a free kick from 33 yards out, and oh, what a kick, and it is a goal for Greenwood. How about that? And the goal scorer is Noah Smothers. And that happens at the 28-48 mark. So that was a little unexpected, a little bit of a surprise there. So after Mina Gurch's goal, back come Greenwood, and they tie it up at 2-2. Let's see if West Plains can answer here. Nate Thomas has it up the right side. He'll feed it up the right sideline. Ball's taken away there. And the Jays will control here. Carmi Lopez challenged on the sideline. Now crossing pass for West Plains is chased down before it goes out of bounds. So West Plains has possession. We still have 27:45 to go in the second half. This game was 1-0 at halftime, and things have broken open here in the second half. West Plains with a goal and Greenwood with 2. Now fight for the ball in the far corner. West Plains centers the ball. Lopez will chase after it, but can't quite get there. We're going to see if, when Jim comes back up here, try to get some verification on who actually scored that second West Plains goal. Hard to tell from back up here that far away, but we'll get some confirmation from the West Plains. I guarantee the West Plains bench knows who scored. Ball out of bounds over the end line in the West Plains defensive end. Two-two game and free kick time for Will Jones and West Plains. 26-26, the time on the clock. Challenge at midfield. Ball popped high in the air. And West Plains will get it back at midfield. Griffin Litherland will take any question out of that last play and field it from his keeper spot. Nate Thomas, who's had some nice runs here in the game, plays it upfield. Ball deflected out of bounds. Probably last touched by West Plains. And that is the case, and so it'll be a free kick for Greenwood. And in this particular case, it won't be the goalkeeper with the kick. It'll be played to midfield. Headed out of bounds. Again, tonight's game brought to you in part by El Charro Authentic Mexican Restaurant, along with Feller Construction, Shelter Insurance Agent Dave Thomas, Wonderland Preschool and Daycare, and Physical Therapy Specialist Clinics in West Plains and Mountain Grove.
Greenwood will have a throw in as West Plains hustles back, and you could hear from the sideline over here on the West Plains side, get back and set up. It'll be a free kick. About 35 yards out, way on the right side. Here's the kick, high kick, and it sails over the left side of the goal, over the goal post, and out of bounds. Greenwood with the ball at midfield. Ball popped high in the air. Teams will volley it back and forth. Nice play up the right side. Lopez can't quite get there as it's kicked out of bounds by the Blue Jays. I think I'm just going to start watching the screen in here in the booth where Trey's doing his thing. You can see a lot better, can't you? Lopez on the near side plays it back. Now up the right side, and they tried to play it to Lopez, who was going after it, but Carmi couldn't quite get there. The freshman playing a lot here at the varsity level. Greenwood will sub in Tristan Yarnell, a junior defender. They got William Chevivert, a sophomore, out of the lineup. He is sucking some wind right now. West Plains with it, up the left side. Thomas feeds to the middle. It's intercepted. And now the ball at the top of the penalty area, headed back out to midfield. Either a foul or a handball there, and it'll be West Plains with possession. 21-58. Left to go. Good job by Greenwood on a long play downfield. He played it out. Now they come back the other direction, and they've got numbers, ball at the right side. And a very aggressive tackle on the far side. And Greenwood, ball goes out of bounds. Player slow to get up is Hugh McWay. Back to play, middle of the field. West, and the keeper's going to come out and play it way back the other direction. Oh, that should have been a handball there in the middle, it looked like. But no call. The Blue Jays